Driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea, think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're talking about mindset. Really, that's what we're talking about. I'm doing a travel agent pep talk for 6 and 7 figure goal setters. So if your goal is to reach 6 figures, 7 figures, beyond, if you want to find out what's really holding you back from your goals, if you want to find out what my $1 million producing clients are doing every single day, and if you want to get 3, maybe 4, because I have a bonus one in there, tips on exactly what you need to do to reset and get on track to that 6 and 7 figure marks, depending on what your goals are. Keep on watching. That's what we're doing on the show today. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. Every week, we bring you great tips, tricks, training, all the good stuff on how to continue to grow your travel business. If you are new to the show or to the channel, my name is Cyndi Williams. I started in the industry over 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago, 28 and a half. I'm rounding up to 30. And I own and operate my own award-winning, nationally recognized travel agency, but I'm most known for being the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which helps people just like you launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses. And I had a completely different episode that I was going to bring to you guys today. And by the way, if you're new here, type a little "I'm new" so I can welcome you to our community. But I had a completely different show schedule. That's why I'm a little late to the live stream this morning, because I rewrote the show because I was getting like a download that I needed to talk about something else. I actually had someone on social media reach out to me and send me a real heartfelt, long message, and I want to dive in because I was like, man, I haven't done a video like this in a while, and I bet if this person's struggling with it, there are other people struggling with it too. So we're really gonna be discussing the reason why you are not achieving your goals, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to challenge you guys to put in the post, or if you're watching this on YouTube, put in the YouTube comments below, what do you believe that you are worthy of with your business? What do you believe that you are worthy of achieving with your business? That's a big, heavy word, worthy, right? Not what do you think you can do, what your goal might be. What do you right now feel like, if I did this, that would be what I'm worthy of? So, and I want to share this story with you because this is how this whole video got started today, right? I had someone reach out to me and send me a DM, long, like it was like pages long. But I picked out some key things that I want to share, right? This person, through the course of their story and telling me what was going on, how they needed help, there were some statements that they made in this long-winded message to me. Cyndi, I'm not experienced. Cyndi, I'm not able to invest in my business right now. Cyndi, I am frustrated with the lack of business I'm getting. Cyndi, I feel defeated. Cyndi, I'm jealous of watching all of these successes that I'm seeing out in the industry. How come I don't have that success? I'm only attracting tire kickers was another one, right? Now, I want to stop and pause for a second because maybe some of you guys have had these thoughts, and no judgment if you have. We've all had them, right? When we get stuck or we feel challenged or whatever the case is. But how you flip the script on that is so key and so important if you're ever going to get to 6 and 7 figure growth. Like, dial this in, like, right? If you haven't had your coffee, like, focus in on what I'm about to say. Your thoughts have immense power. Your thoughts are like commands to the universe. What we know from science now is our thoughts are not really inside our head. They are an energetic field that expands past our body, our physical body. That's crazy, right? I love following the science of frequency and quantum science and all of that stuff. But what we know is that our thoughts actually expand outside of our body. When you think something, when you say something, and worst of all, when you write something, that is like a command to the universe, right? What you think about, you bring about, Michael Beckwith, right? What you think about, you bring about, right? So if you are thinking about lack, if you're thinking about scarcity, if you're thinking about what you can't do or why you can't do it, you're going to bring more of that into your experience. You think thousands of thoughts every single day. And I'm going to give you two examples out of my life through this live stream today of places where I recognized I had a choice on how I was going to think about something and the results. And then also, when you verbalize a thought, it has more power. And when you write it down, it has like even more power. So this person writing this to me, I am not capable. I do not have enough abundance. I am frustrated. I am jealous. I am all the things, right? That was like the biggest form of like telling the universe attract more of the same, right? So I want you to replace I am or consider I am as a command to the universe, right? So I'm going to share a story with you guys. Back when we were just a few weeks ago, like I don't know the exact date, but we were coming home from Florida after Christmas. It was like the first week of January, and I have a muscle that got pulled in the course of just traveling home. Like my husband had to stay longer, and my dad's in a wheelchair, so I was pushing. And then I had suitcases and 3 kids. Something happened, and the muscle got pulled, right? So the first couple days I was just like, oh, whatever. But you guys, the third day I was up in the middle of the night crying in pain. I'm like, what is happening? The next morning I had to go to the ER. And I had to get a CAT scan, all these tests and blah, blah, blah. They're like, is her appendix exploding? Like, I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. Like, I've popped out kids and done all the things. And I hate going to the doctor. For me to go to the doctor, it's got to be really something like severe. So I'm working through this process and they're figuring out what's going on. And so they do the CT scan and they're like, you have a pulled muscle and it's pushing on your sciatic nerve. And that's what's causing all of these pain signals to get shot up to your brain. And then the inflammation around the muscles is what is also causing these other things to happen. So they're like, it's going to be like 6 to 8 weeks recovery time. And I'm like, what? Like I have all these, like I can't, as a mom, a business owner, doing all the things, traveler, right? 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh. But they loaded me up with muscle relaxers, told me to do some stretches and said, just basically like chill on the couch as long as you need to, work from your better couch if you need to. Like, I was like, no, I'm not accepting that for the next couple months. So I applied my same philosophy that I do in business to this medical situation that popped up in my stratosphere, right? The first thing, if you notice in my verbiage, I'm very careful the way I talk about what's going on. I don't say my back. I don't say my sciatic nerve. I try not to attach myself to the injury. So instead of me saying my pulled muscle, I say the pulled muscle because I'm not trying to own that crap. Trying to keep my swearing down on the live stream. We swear a lot in the mastermind, but it's all good. But instead of saying the pulled muscle, or instead of saying my pulled muscle, I say the pulled muscle. It's just a thing that's going on. It's not mine. I'm not attaching it to me. And then I put my thoughts in overdrive. So I thought, okay, now what I could think is, oh, I got to get ready to be on the couch for 6 weeks. I have to, I could have all of these negative thoughts, but instead I said, I'm going to flip it and let's see how fast we can work on healing this through the power of suggestion, power of thought, whatever same process. So I started saying my body recovers at lightning speed. I have a very strong back. It recovers and bounces back so fast. I'm so grateful that I'm healthy. I'm celebrating my back being completely healed. My back is so strong and resilient. I'm so glad that I'm out walking again. I'm so glad I'm out in the world again. I'm so grateful that I feel awesome today. Even though I might not have felt that way in the moment, right? I just started to put my mindset on overload that I was going to heal this thing up lightning fast. Within 3 days, I was off the muscle relaxers, and within 2 weeks, I was totally back to everything I'm normally doing. Thank goodness, right? Because I have so many things going on. Now, I'm not claiming to be a healer, but what can it hurt knowing what I know, that you can vibrationally attract an outcome by the thoughts that you think? Do I think that I sped up my healing by really being in that mindset? I do. I think, if I would have said, oh, I'm dying, my back hurts so bad, which trust me, it felt that way. I could have had that thought on many occasions. I'm going to be on the couch for 2 months. I'm going to take this medicine to feel better, right? If I start attaching all of those things, it's like getting sucked into the, that outcome, right? So 2 weeks versus 8 weeks. That's the first one. Now let me talk about, some specific examples, I work with a lot of clients. Careers on Vacation is primarily a consulting company. We work with new agents who want to launch, grow, and supersize. We also work with agency owners who want to scale out and grow their business to 7 figures and beyond, right? I have a lot of people in both that have gone through either program that are in what's called our $1 Million Club, right? So when you're in the $1 Million Club, there are certain things that these folks do that I want to share with you because there are consistencies, right? Maybe you can do some of these things and hold yourself accountable to doing some of them or trying some of them to start having a different outcome, right? So the first thing is they hold themselves accountable, right? When something's going wrong, they don't say, oh, it's because of this, because of that, because of that. They say, well, those things are going on, right? The back thing happened, but what can I do about it? What can I do? What choices do I have? So instead of getting into the why it's so bad and attracting more of that, they start holding themselves accountable to how do I get a different outcome? Let me maybe ask some questions instead. Another thing is they catch themselves when they get into a destructive thought pattern. So instead of, oh, I'm so frustrated, they'll go to our mastermind feed and they'll say, hey guys, what are you doing about this? Have you guys seen this new thing that came out? What do you guys think about it? They will ask questions, right? They will start on that whole process instead of getting sucked into, this is so terrible, all the bad things are going to happen, the sky is falling, because 6 and 7 figure achievers do not have time for the sky is falling type of thinking, right? So think about that. How could you switch that when you feel yourself, and it happens to all of us guys, when you feel yourself getting into a state of frustration or fear, right? That's one of those things where you want to go, wait, let me stop and take a breath and just go, but what can I do about it? Is there a positive in the situation? Is there a different way to think about it, right? The other thing our $1 Million Achievers do is they surround themselves with other top achievers. If you are like this person who sent me this thing on social media, I wonder what their immediate circle is like. Do they have a family that supports them? Do they have friends that support them? And we all have friends and family that just aren't supportive. It doesn't mean you don't have to love or care about those people, but when you are trying to get to a certain level in life and in business or with a big goal, you need to surround yourself with A players. There's an old real estate saying that says, eagles fly with eagles, right? If you're going to learn how to be an eagle or learn how to perform at that top level, you got to surround yourself with people who are either trying to do what you're doing, or they've already done it, right? Because then you're in a circle where you're like, oh, it's not a big deal. And there's a path to this. And you can start to see and realize that you're in good company, right? That is so powerful as you grow. So those are some things that you can do. The other thing is they believe that they're capable and worthy. I will have people with very limited resources and say, Cyndi, I need to start this on a shoestring budget. I invested in this course and it was literally everything I had. I had someone last week in my mastermind say, I sold my boat so I could take your mastermind course. And I was like, don't even worry about it because you're going to get a bigger, better boat and we're going to make that happen, right? But they said they believed so much in themselves and so much in what their vision was, is that they were like, I know I'm capable and worthy. And someone like that knows and takes big action on, I'm capable, I'm worthy, I'm going to do something, or I'm going to go about life knowing I'm capable and worthy. That is the perfect mindset. And it's hard to get there if you haven't done it before. I'm going to give you an example out of my life. When I'd spent nearly a decade with having a multiple 6-figure business. Awesome, right? Feeling so good and grateful about that. Happy, happy, happy. But I had this big goal. Like I really wanted to have I wanted to hit that 7-figure mark so bad, right? So I had set these goals and this was probably about 18 months, I'll say 18 months, maybe before we actually hit it. But I just started thinking, like getting clear on what I wanted to. I started doing the things I needed to do, making sure I was in the right circles, making sure I'm doing all the things I just talked about on that $1 Million list. And I did something, I'm wearing this ring today. I did something unique, and I've never told this story before. This ring, this is a tanzanite. I obsessed over this ring, you guys, for like a year. I wanted it so bad. And I'm like, someday. So I decided I'm going to buy the ring and I'm going to call it my $1 Million ring. I'm going to celebrate as if I've already hit the $1 million. I'm going to buy the stupid ring. My bank account says I probably shouldn't do it. I probably can't afford it, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to just celebrate now as if I've already hit it. And because I know I'm capable and worthy of hitting that goal. And I sent myself the ring and I wrote a note and I said, Cyndi, like a note to myself. I know it's corny, but hey, the shit worked. Cyndi. And I said, congratulations on your $1 million year. You deserve this. Cyndi. From Cyndi to Cyndi. But you guys, the next year when I was working on the I didn't even wear this ring anywhere. I didn't wear it out. When I was working on the stuff, typing on I would wear the ring. And that's my $1 million ring. I'm making $1 million. It's my $1 million ring. And because it was a way for me to implant that positive thought and also celebrate as if it had already happened. The next year we hit our $1 million. And then I started wearing the ring out. But guys, that was one of those things where it's like, believing you're capable and worthy is so important, whether you do it through an action or you start to change your thought patterns. So let me give you some tangible things you can do. I am going to go over and check questions. I see we have a lot on the feed today. If you have questions about any of this, pop them in the feed now and I'm going to check them in a minute. All right. 3 things that you can do to flip the script on your mindset. 1, the first thing you need to do if you were in the place where that person that sent me that feed, like we're in wave season, you should be busy right now. You should be selling like crazy. All the things should be happening if you have systems and processes and all the things. But even if you have some of those things in place, if the mindset's not there, that can be a challenge. So how do you change that? You need to start with an attitude of gratitude. And what I mean by that is you have to start with what you are grateful for in your life. What do you have to appreciate in your life? What are you thankful for? And sometimes it's, I'm healthy. My parents are healthy. I have great kids. I have a house to live in. I have food to eat. I have air in my lungs. I'm mobile. Whatever. Even if you don't feel like you have there's always something to be grateful for. Your situation, someone else would love to have your situation. I promise you. To have a house, to have a place to live, to have enough money to afford heat in some cases, right? So whatever, even if it's small things. And here's why the attitude of gratitude works. You cannot simultaneously be in an attitude of gratitude, be in a state of gratitude, and also be in fear or feel lack or feel frustrated. It's impossible. You can only be in one state or the other. So if you are truly in the space of gratitude, it helps to kind of start let those other things push them out, right? And stay in that gratitude. And this is more important. The more frustrating the thing that you're going through, this is more important. You have to start with this. Before you try to fix your marketing or do this or do that, you can't skip this mindset stuff, guys. You can't skip it. It won't work. If you don't believe you're worthy and capable of getting to the goal, you'll never get to the goal. So don't skip this step, okay? Attitude of gratitude will help reset. The second thing is you need to self-audit. Are you saying things to yourself in your head, your thoughts, that are negative, that are defeating, that are not in service to your goal? Are you saying things? I'm frustrated. I'm jealous. Oh, I'm dying. My back hurts so much. What is coming out of your mouth? You're commanding the universe, give me more of whatever that is. And are you writing it down? That person who took the time for a well thought out, I'm going to reach out, and it was coming from a good place. But what I recognized as a mentor and coach for decades is, they need to stop everything and fix mindset first, because it was, I can't. Everybody else is having, they were attracting so much of what they didn't want because their thoughts, their verbal words and their written words were literally right there. They're commanding the universe to bring all the things they don't want to them. So self-audit yourself. If you're doing those things, you have to stop. Think of that narrative as a record player that plays again and again in your brain. I woke up this morning thinking, I'm so thankful that my body's so healthy. I was doing the back stuff. Even though my back feels totally better now, I had trained myself the last 2 weeks that these are the things I'm going to think about to try to heal. And then it occurred to me, that's why between that message that I got earlier in the week and filming today, I'm like, I got to make a video about this, because what you're going to replace it with now is the new stuff. So you're going to self-audit. And then the third step is start thinking thoughts that are in service to your goal, that are the things you do want to bring into your experience. So let me give you an example of exactly what that person said earlier and how I would replace it. I'm not experienced. Instead, I have a lifetime of experience. I'm excited to share it with my clients. I'm not able to invest. I am so grateful I have time and resources and energy to invest in my business this year. I am so frustrated. I am relaxing and receiving. Why the frustration? Right? I'm relaxing and receiving. I am defeated. Instead, I am successful at everything I do. What modifications do I need to make this even better? I'm successful at everything I do. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm successful. Never defeated, right? I'm only attracting tire kickers. I am easily attracting my ideal clients every single day. I am easily attracting clients who pay my fees and are standing in line to work with me, right? Another one, I'm jealous of all the success stories. I am totally deserving and worthy of the massive success. I am so excited for that there's so much abundance in this industry. I am so grateful to see these success stories and know I am on a path to doing what they're doing. Do you see how all of this feels different and why it's so important? I hope so. So guys, I want to I'm going to take questions here in just a second, but I want to remind everyone, Careers on Vacation, this is what we specialize in, getting agents and agencies to 6 figures and beyond. We do it through doing this first. Module 1 is where are you today? How do we need to fix this mindset stuff? And it's integrated through the program. Brandon is on the feed. He is our mindset mentor in the program. And not only do you get the amazing Brandon, this is integrated in our program because it is so important as you grow. And I can teach you how to put sales funnels in place. I can teach you the best marketing in the world. I can teach you all the things, and I will teach you all of the things that we teach all of our hundreds and hundreds of clients that go through our programs and consulting outfits every year. But unless you get this part right, it will stagnate your growth. And unless you hold yourself accountable year after year, you can be in an upward path and then you can go back, right? So this is work. You got to do the work, guys. But if you want our help in kind of doing those pieces, I encourage you to check out careersonvacation.com. I'm going to put the link where you can apply for our 12-week mastermind. Not only with mindset, but also you get 12 weeks of amazing content. And once we get that mindset in the right place, you are going to feel like a rock star. You're going to be thinking like a business owner and knowing that you are capable and worthy of achieving all of these things. You get to work with my whole amazing team. There's Brandon on the screen right there. He's amazing. And guys, we just filmed like our 160th case study. They're not even all out yet, because that's the type of results we deliver for our clients, because we are holding you accountable to mindset and doing all of these things. But I want to go over and check questions now and see what you guys have flooding in here. All right, let's see. Mitchell says, I am worthy of consistent and continual growth and leveling up our business and inherent abundance. This is going fast, so I'm having to go back. Mitchell is a COV grad. I love it, Mitchell. I see that the training's working. Cyndi, you always you always know the perfect things to say. I try. I mean, this is only through Mitchell and everybody. This is through a lifetime, right, of experience and supporting you guys, because I know if I can get someone to do this mindset piece, that's why Brandon works so hard in our program and why we have it integrated, because I know if I can get you to change the way you think about what you're capable and worthy of, that is where then everything else I train will be 10 times more effective. So I love it. Angela needed this today. Angela, my friend in Jamaica. Angela's a COV grad too. Oh, Brandon says, yes, I'm so glad I came to this call. Yes, yes, yes. All of this. I love it. Michelle says, thank you, Cyndi. I really needed to hear this today. Hey guys, I have 2 Michelles, Michelle with an E and Michelle without an E. Yes, I needed this morning. I love you guys. I see you. I love you. Jennifer says I always inspire her. Jen, I am here to do all of the things. So guys, I love this. And if you're watching the replay later, type a little CTR. I really would love to know that this content's resonating for you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I will be back to talk about, we do have blueprint training. I know I talked about this last week. You can get our free travel agent blueprint on marketing. I am going to do a show on this next week. It is coming, and I put the little link there. So if you want to grab, this is kind of like the little pre-work, little download that you can grab. Definitely grab that too. I will be back to talk more about marketing next week, but I haven't done a good mindset call in a minute. And I thought this would be helpful, and the universe was like, between this person and the back thing and all the things, I'm like, I'm just called to talk about this today. So guys, I love you so much. I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye, guys.
It's calling me, like the rainbow.
guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
She calling me